Oh man, hello there. Well, welcome. You're welcome. It's Adrian, and I hope you're having a great day so far. And you're welcome, or welcome back to the channel where I talk about my unfiltered thoughts and opinions that nobody asked for. And if that sounds like something that you're into, like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get right into today's episode. I don't know why I'm just smiling like a crazy person. I don't know why I'm happy right now, but I'm not. I can promise you nothing happened. That's like making me happy right now, but I don't know what's going on. But again, without wasting any time, let's get right into today's episode. I guess I'm just happy to see you. But anyways, let's get right into today's episode. Anyways, as you can see from the title, today we're going to be talking about ambition and kind of like my relationship with that a little bit. And again, for as long as I can remember as a kid, I've always been a pretty ambitious kid. I always used to be the kind of kid to put effort into every single thing that I did or I was a part of, whether that was like school, or I used to be in this little club for like track. We used to run and all that kind of stuff. Basically, you would compete and run and you would get little prizes for that. So I used to put a lot of effort into that, as well as school. Also, again, I'm an actor, in case you don't know. I also used to go to like acting school, and I used to make sure that I went there every single day, because I used to, okay, not every single day, but it was like 5 days a week. And I used to always make sure that I did that, and I did all the work that I needed to do in order for me to like be a better actor or a runner, or just like do good in school. Again, I just always used to be a really ambitious kid, and I still am a really ambitious person, but it's more like my philosophy used to always be like, this life is kind of like a gift. Not kind of like, it is a gift. It is a gift. We only get to live once, so we might as well just do the best that we possibly can do with it, because again, it's only one life. We don't get to do this thing twice. So with only this one life that we have, I think it's our responsibility to kind of like build something beautiful and something magical with it, something that's gonna help people, something that's gonna like, I guess, make a difference in the world. Again, you don't have to be the kind of person to do like a really big thing. I'm not telling you to be some kind of like one of the biggest scientists or mathematicians, or again, it could be anything. It doesn't really matter. I guess it's just like my philosophy used to always be like, this life is a gift. We only get to have one chance, so we might as well just be ambitious and do something really, really good, great even, with it, to make sure that we make and live this world a better place than we found it. And again, that almost used to be kind of like my mindset into doing everything. So with everything that I did, whether that was school or track or acting and all these other things that I was a part of, I always used to make sure that I put all like my all in it, to make sure that I could just be a better person, or kind of like, I guess, just make a difference in a way. I also used to feel like, with this one life that we've been given, us not being ambitious or trying to build something really good with it is kind of like our way of, I guess, disrespecting this chance that we've been given. Again, it wasn't that deep for a kid that was like, I don't know what was going on in my head. I kind of think that that's some pretty deep stuff for a kid to think about, but that was literally my mindset. I was like, dude, this is a gift that we've been given, and us not doing anything with that and trying to build something big and beautiful, so that we can again leave this world a better place than we found it, and than we found it as, was kind of like us disrespecting this whole life or like human experience. And when you're a kid, and when someone asks you, what do you want to be, you have all these answers. I want to be an astronaut, I want to do this, I want to do this, all these things. As a scientist, it doesn't really matter. People support you. People support you because they're like, oh, it's a kid, they're ambitious, that's good. It's a good spirit to have as a kid. Everybody congratulates you when you have this like, when you have like this ambition as a kid, and you have this vision for who you want to be and what you want to do and all this stuff. It's good until it's not anymore, because when you grow up, that starts to change. When you're a kid and you're ambitious, everyone kind of like supports you in a way. But when you're older, it's a little bit different because I don't know what it is with ambition, but a lot of people find ambition to be icky in a way, most especially when you're like older or like my age, generally speaking, when people ask you what you want to be or what you want to do, and you tell them your dreams, and if they're like big or like not your typical dreams or something that people deem hard or big or just like hard to attain, people start to give you weird looks because it's like, do you really think you can do that? Like it's more like they ask you, what do you want to be, what do you want to do, then you tell them, and then they hit you with a how about we go with something more realistic, and it's like, no, I do not want to talk about something more realistic. This is what's realistic to me, but obviously society and the way everybody else think, there are things that are deemed hard and others not so hard and easy. If you were to ask someone, what do you want to be, and then they tell you they want to be a teacher, they will be like, oh, that's good, that's pretty attainable, that's terrific, way to go. But if you ask someone what you want to do, and then they tell you, I want to be like a really huge and big and famous pop star, that is not quite easy to attain. You know what I mean? People will always give you like weird looks. Again, I do not want to be a pop star. I'm just giving you an example. People start to give you weird looks because, again, I don't know what it is, but when you're older and people see that you have this ambition and hunger, and by hunger I don't mean in a bad and negative way, I mean it in a very like positive and good way. When you have this hunger and ambition for life and just wanting to achieve more and get more out of your life, people see it. I don't know what it is, but it's weird. I don't know how to put it into words, but it's just weird. It almost like icky. People start to be like, well, you can't really do that. That's not attainable. You can't do that. They start to like give you all these reasons to why they think that you cannot do that. But if that's not the case, they try to give you reasons or show you all this perspective to why you might not be a very good person for being an ambitious person. Because again, maybe you want to be a pop star, then they're like, you want to be a pop star, that's weird, you are some kind of narcissist, you want people to love you, why don't you just like settle for the life that you have, or just like a normal life? And it's like, no, not everyone, that kind of life is not for everyone. There is something for everyone, and not everybody wants to live that kind of like normal life. Again, it's just this thing of you're greedy in a way, you know what I mean? Again, not everyone who's ambitious is, but when you're older, people always start to give you that weird look, thinking that you are a greedy person for being ambitious because you want more out of your life. And that's why I personally think that being ambitious takes a lot of courage, you know what I mean? Like more especially more especially now in today's world. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what's in the air, but the moment you just like tell someone you do not want to settle for the life that you have, again, if you're someone who lives a pretty normal life or what's considered like the norm, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful life to have. Good for you. Good for you. But again, not everybody wants that. Some people just want more out of their life. More doesn't always mean good or better, but again, I guess everybody is different. And yeah, it takes a lot of courage to be an ambitious person, because you have all these people who will give you weird looks, and they will judge you. They will judge you and like, I guess, misjudge your intentions to why you are ambitious or why you want the things that you want and want to achieve all these things that you want to achieve. I remember something that as an actor, something that we used to hear a lot is like, oh, actors are definitely narcissists. And it's like, dude, what does that have to do with anything? And literally, someone was like, yeah, you actors tend to be narcissists because you want everybody to love you. You jump through all these hoops and to get to this place where you're like, I don't know, I guess famous, and you do these things and you do these movies and these films so that people can love you and like be fond of you and and all these things. And it's like, dude, like that, I don't know, it's just like a thing that people think that if you want to be famous, and to be honest, that's never really been my goal is like I want to be famous. Not necessarily. I am just an actor, and I just like to be a part of stories that will, I guess, educate or entertain, or I guess make people feel something. I think that's what the craft that I am a part of is about. That's what it's about. I don't think it ever is really about fame or anything. I guess there are people who do it for that, but I think that if you're only doing it for that, you're not really going to last long, because it takes a lot of it demands a lot from you, you know. If you're really, if fame is your only, I guess, goal, you're not really going to get far, because again, it really demands a lot from you. It's something that's really going to break your spirit. You're going to get rejected a lot. So it's a lot of things, you know. It's a lot of it takes a lot from you before it can be able to like give back and pour into you, you know what I mean? So it's just a weird thing when you tell, it's just a weird, I guess, perspective when you tell somebody that you're an actor and that's what you want to do, and the first thing that they think about is you just want people to love you because you're a narcissist and all these things. Like, dude, get over it. Not everybody who is an artist, they do it so that people can love them. Other people do it, most people do it because they genuinely care about the craft and all the things that they do. Everyone's reasons for also being an ambitious person are different. You know, not everyone has the same reasons for being ambitious, for being ambitious. Because some people are ambitious because I guess they're just scared. I guess they're scared of not being someone, or they're scared of failure. Other people are ambitious because they are insecure. They're trying to, I guess, prove something. And other people are ambitious because I guess they just want to do good. You know, they just want to do good. They want to live this world in a better shape than they left it in, and I think that's a good thing. I think it's just weird for anyone to assume that just because somebody is ambitious or wants something more out of their life than than the average person, then it automatically means that they're some kind of like narcissist or evil person. And again, if your ambition comes in a way of other people's ways lives, in a way that is that you're like taking advantage of other people, then I guess that's not good. Obviously, it gets to a point. If your ambition doesn't, I guess, affect other people negatively, then I guess it's fine, you know? I'm an ambitious person myself. It's fine if you're not, again, if it's not about you taking advantage of other people and like throwing other people under the bus, then it's okay. If that's the case, then obviously that's not a good thing, and I can understand why a lot of people do not like ambitious people. It's because again, a lot of them are not good people, and they will stop at nothing to achieve what they want to achieve and get the things that they want to get. But obviously that's not for everyone. It doesn't automatically mean that you're not gonna put every ambitious person there is under the same umbrella and say that all ambitious people are narcissists and they're like evil. Because at the end of the day, we are where we are today. You know, the world is in the state that it's in right now because of ambitious people. We've been able to come this far because of someone's ideas and someone's ambition and like drive and thirst for more. And that's why we're here. You know, if there weren't any ambitious person to be like, okay, I want more out of this life, I want us to get more or achieve more, there wouldn't be a way for us to be here or like achieve greatness, you know what I mean? So I don't always think that ambition is a bad thing, obviously, because I'm an ambitious person myself, and I don't see how that has negatively impacted another person's life in my life or some other way. And another thing for, I guess, us ambitious person, just because you're ambitious, I guess, like myself, that does not automatically mean that you're better. You know, I also think there's this thing with ambitious people where they tend to feel or think that they're better than everyone, because just because someone wants a normal life than you, it does not mean that you're better. It doesn't mean that you're smarter. It doesn't mean that your life is worth living than that other person who wants a normal life. Because let's face it, there is nothing wrong with living a normal life. If you're one of those people that just like they don't want to do like big things or just like do insane things. You just like, I guess, want to go to school, get a job, get married, have kids, and that's it, retire and die. That's a beautiful life to live. You know, there is nothing wrong with that. You can go with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I've talked about that before here. There is nothing wrong with that. That's a beautiful life to live. It's just that something that I always see with people who are as ambitious as I am is like they tend to look down on a lot of people who are not as ambitious, you know, and kind of like feel superior to them. It's like just because those people don't want the same things that they want or the same thing that they want, because it's like if your goal, you know, if you're like doing some work, you work at a job and your goal, or you have, let's say, a business, and your goal is to like reach $100 million of like net worth, and somebody else is doing the same job or has the same business and their goal is to simply have maybe, I don't know, a million, 10, I guess, just enough to retire. People always have this I guess mindset where it's like, man, I'm just trying to think of a way I can put that into words. It's almost like they don't respect you for that, you know, if you're not a more ambitious person or want more out of your life. And it's like, dude, everybody is different. You know, just because someone doesn't want more out of their life, it does not mean that they're less than, you know, it does not mean that what they want is not important, because everyone's life is different. Everybody wants different things from their lives, and that is okay. Just because you want a freaking $100 million and somebody else wants 1 or 10 million does not mean that your life is more worth living than theirs. You know, it doesn't mean that your life, I guess, has more value in a way than theirs, or your life experience is going to be more rich than theirs. You know what I mean? It's like everyone is different. Everybody wants different things from their lives. And if you're someone who isn't as ambitious, that's okay. You know, do not let anybody make you feel, I guess, stupid and dumb, and make you feel that your goals or your dreams don't, like, I guess, matter, because they do. You know, they might not be as big or, I guess, revolutionary, but that's okay. They don't have to be. You know, everyone is different. We're all here. We all get to have one life, and what you choose to do with it is up to you. You know, if you want to go out there and do some big thing that's gonna, like, I guess, change the world for the better, that's terrific. That's amazing. That's a good thing to do. But if that's not what you want to do, and you just like want to go to school, get a job, get married, have kids, and then retire and die, that's also beautiful. You know, there is beauty in that. You don't have we all cannot be multi millionaires or like billionaires. Like, we all cannot be, and we all do not have to be. I feel like there is that beauty in living a just simple and normal life. That crazy kind of like lifestyle, it's not for everyone. That ambition, it's not for everyone, and that is not okay. And obviously, when I'm talking about ambition for myself, I don't mean like wanting to, I guess, have billions of dollars. For me, it's just more like my craft, you know, again, acting and doing that, and just like being able to take care of the people that I love, and doing acting and being, I guess, being a part of that, and doing more of that stuff, acting stuff. I don't know why I did this, but acting stuff that I like, and being more, and being able to, like, I don't know, I guess, be able to tell more stories that affect people in a really positive way, and just like get to change lives and make people feel something, or make people laugh, or entertain them, or teach them something. Again, it doesn't matter. It's not always about making a lot of money. You know what I mean? Everyone's goals are different. We all do not want the same things, and that is fine. It's okay, and never let anybody make you feel stupid, or make you feel like your dreams don't matter, or your life doesn't matter, just because you do not want more out of it. You know what I mean? Everyone's life is different. Everyone's goals and dreams and aspirations look different, and that's okay. That is fine. It just doesn't mean that yours or mine are better than your goals or aspiration, and you should never let anybody make you feel weird or unworthy and like you do not matter because of that. Like today, decide what do you want for yourself, what do you want for your life. Forget what everybody else wants. Forget everybody about what everybody else wants. If your goal, and your kind of, I guess, way of living life is to go to school and get a normal job and get married and have kids, go for it. Like, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing to do. Is that what I want for myself? Obviously not. But again, it's different for everyone. The ambition is gonna look different for everyone. We all do not have to live life the same way. And just because I'm used to living my life a certain way, and you don't live the way that I live or the way that I would live my life, then that automatically means that you're not living life the correct way. There is not such thing as living life the correct way. Everyone is different. Everyone wants different things out of their lives. Everyone wants to write, I guess, different stories for themselves, and that is fine. Don't let anyone make you feel dumb or stupid for wanting different things than what they want for themselves. We're all not the same. We all have one life. We all get to have this one life, and I guess it's up to us to do whatever we want to do with that. So this thing with you trying to always look over, trying to look at what other people are doing, like, who cares what other people are doing? That has nothing to do with you. Let other people do whatever they want to do. Maybe that's what they want for themselves, but what do you want for themselves? What do you want for yourself? What do you want for yourself? What do you want to do with your life? But my friend wants this, my family wants this. Who cares? Let them do or want and have whatever they want and have, or go after the things that they want to go after. But you also always have to ask yourself this question: but what do I want? And go for that. If your goal is to go and be a freaking millionaire, I guess go for that. That's what you want. That's good. That's good. As long as you're not gonna, I guess, exploit people, that's good. But if that's not what you want, and you just like you want a normal and slow and quiet and peaceful life, and you want to share that with, I guess, your wife or your husband and your kids and the people that you love, that's also beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to have. Obviously, I'm not saying that to mean that you cannot have both. I guess you can if you work hard enough. But again, I say all of that to say that it's up to you what you want to do and what you want to have, and that ambition looks different for everyone. We all do not have to be the same thing or want the same thing. And just because you're not as ambitious as other people, it doesn't mean that you're dumb or stupid or your life is not worth living. It is. It is. So don't let anyone tell you what you can or cannot do. This life, it's yours. It's yours, and what you choose to do with it is up to you. Good or bad, whether you want to use it, whether you want to spend it helping other people or not, or trying to make this world a better place or not, again, it's all up to you. So do not let anybody make you feel weird about that. You're ambitious, good. Way to go. Go for it. You're not, also good. We're all not the same. We don't have to be doing the same things, and ambition will always be different for everyone. Again, oh my god, I feel like I've been talking a lot and just like hitting a lot of points. I also kept stuttering. I don't know what's going on. Oh my god, I do not stutter. I promise I do not. But for some reason, I kept doing that because I was just trying to like piece everything together, and it just wasn't working. But also, am I gonna scrap this video? No, I'm not gonna do that. I don't care. Before I used to do this, and I would like scrap all this video, and anytime I would like say something, I guess, wrong or like stutter. But now I just do not care. I'm just doing it because I love doing this. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I love you. Thank you for hanging out. If you're new, like and subscribe, join the family. And again, sending you virtual hugs and kisses. I love you. Take care of yourself. That is all I have to say for today's episode, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. If you're ambitious or not, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want to do. Again, I love you. Take care of yourself. Subscribe and like the video. Join the family. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.